Now, sports with Olivia Ray.
After exploding with 18 hits in their Friday outing last night, the Cubs offense struggled a bit, putting up only 4 total hits as a team, which also put them on the losing end of game number 2, and also means they've lost 3 of their last 4 outings. So tonight they try to turn things around in their series finale in D.C. The Cubs are up 1-0 early, and Jeremy Hellickson is struggling a bit for the Nats on the mound, and watch Anthony Rizzo go to work on him. We have liftoff, and it's all the way out of left field, giving the Cubs a 3-0 cushion in the third. And it's Kyle Hendricks on the bump for Chicago on the other side of things. He's only allowing just a 1.95 ERA in his last 5 starts. Tonight he continues. Here in the third, he's thrown 26 pitches, retired 8 batters, and Hellickson was the next. It was Javi Baez who made the play. He was deep at shortstop, and Hellickson hit the chopper. Baez made the play, but not sure at what cost. Javi left the game tonight with an ankle injury, and then the Nats nearly came back, but the Cubs held off the rally and hang on to win tonight 6-5. They go back to 1.5 games ahead in the NL Central standings. Now let's head to the Windy City, where the White Sox won a rain-shortened one last night. And tonight was a slow start for both the Blue Jays and the South Side. In the 8th, it's a 1-all tie when 20-year-old Vladimir Guerrero shows why he's one of the top prospects in the league. He drills a 2-run homer out of left field. Guerrero connects on his 4th of the year. In fact, that's the 4th in the last 6 games. The Blue Jays went up with that, and they win 5-2 tonight. White Sox head to Houston tomorrow night, for a 4-game series. And finally, South Bend Cubs wrapping up their series with Dayton this rainy Sunday afternoon at Four Winds Field. The Cubs have an early 1-0 lead in the first, and bases are loaded for Tyler Durna. He drops one in the right center, and it rolls all the way to the wall, giving South Bend enough time to clear the bases. The 3-run RBI lifted the South Bend Cubs to an 8-4 win today, and their 4th consecutive series win. So they will head to Fort Wayne this week for 4 games of their own. If you were watching us late last night, I showed you Notre Dame softball playing in the elimination bracket of the NCAA tournament. Game number 1, they knocked out UMBC, which means they had a very late game 2 last night, where the Irish were facing Wisconsin again for a spot in Championship Sunday. So let's head to the bottom of that 7th and final inning. Irish have a 4-0 lead, and the Badgers are trying to rally with a runner on first. And look who sparks the comeback. Former South Bend St. Joe standout Kelly Welsh knocks one perfectly into the gap in right center. She stands up on second, but that double knocks in Wisconsin's first run of the game. A fielding error allows Welsh to score, and the Badgers are trailing just 4-2. Runners on the corners and 2 outs. Senior Stephanie Lombardo steps up to the plate and does the unthinkable. She sends it all the way out for a 3-run shot and a walk-off win. That ended Notre Dame's season last night in heartbreaking fashion. And for the Badgers, they stayed hot, knocking off number 1 OU today, but ultimately falling in the championship game this evening. Meanwhile, Notre Dame baseball returned to South Bend today for a brief pit stop as they are headed to Durham tomorrow for the ACC tournament. And the pools and times are finally set. The Irish get the primetime spot. They will play Tuesday at 7 p.m. against Duke. And finally, we head to Bethpage Black, where everyone was watching to see if Brooks Koepka could maintain his 7-stroke lead and go back-to-back in the PGA Championship. In the final round, Dustin Johnson making a charge. On the 9th, par 4, his approach shot lands right next to the pin, and he would tap in for birdie there, putting him at 8 under. Meanwhile, Koepka is struggling. He sits 2 shots ahead at 10 under, and here on the 14th, a par 3, his tee shot lands off the green. He would bogey that one. Actually, that made it 4 straight bogeys for Koepka, and that 7-shot lead dwindles down to just 1. So Johnson is 1 stroke back, but he bogeys 16 and 17 both to fall 3 behind. And then on the final hole right here, he puts his approach shot right into the crowd, which sets up Brooks Koepka for the repeat. Here it is. Koepka on the 18th hole with the 2-stroke lead. He taps in the par putt to win the tournament for a 2nd straight year, closing with a 4/74. He joins Tiger Woods as the only back-to-back winner of the PGA Championship, and that gives him 4 of the last 8 majors he played in and makes him the first player to hold back-to-back majors at the same time.
It's incredible. I don't think I even thought I was going to do it that fast. I don't think anybody did. And to be standing here today with 4 majors it's mind-blowing. Today was definitely the most satisfying out of all of them for how stressful that round was, how stressful DJ made that.
Stressful indeed. So if you're not tired of golf yet, sorry, even if you are, the U.S. Senior Open as of yesterday is 40 days away, which is of course being played here at Warren Golf Course. And wanted to remind you all that tomorrow Notre Dame's head golf coach Scott Gump is trying to qualify for that U.S. Senior Open. He is playing in Muncie, Indiana tomorrow, so we'll have highlights of that actually tomorrow on WSBT 22.
All right, well, we wish him some luck. Thanks so much, Olivia. We've got Ed's forecast coming up next.